And welcome back to Pit Lane Live here at Queensland Raceway. I'm Rihanna Korean, joined of course by James Pavey. James, this is pretty cool. We're back here at Ipswich.
6 years. I can't believe it's been 6 years, and so much has happened in 6 years, Rui. I mean, for starters, the cars are so different, Gen 3 cars. Drivers, we'll get to that in a second. I think it's 11 drivers were here last time in 2019, so much changed, but the place has changed well. It looks amazing.
And as you can see, Brock Pearson just rolling through on his superbike for Desmo Sport Ducati. We've got the Australian Superbike Championship joining us here this weekend as well. The support card for the weekend is awesome. We've got Porsche Carrera Cup, of course, Australian Superbikes. We've got Dunlop Super 2 as well racing here. So lots of cool categories here in the support card and lots of things to talk about in Supercars land because, James, we're about to wrap up the Repco Sprint Cup here this weekend, and finals is something that is on everybody's lips at the moment because we are really starting to get down to the nitty-gritty part of the season.
It is, and I mean, you look at the points table now, and Brock Feeney's got a 220-point lead over his team at Will Brown, which he has earned. I mean, 10 wins, and I think it's 9 of the last 12. He's won that many times, I don't even know the numbers. But
he's won a lot of times.
He's won a lot, and 10 poles as well, and Brock could actually wrap up the Boost Mobile Champion Award this weekend. So he's been fast over one lap, fast in the races. He's been the guy to beat, but you're right about the finals. There is a bit of tension around and a bit of team tactics tension. We've written about it a fair bit. I've got no idea what's going to happen, but I think a lot of teams are going to have a fair bit to play. And
as you can see, as we're walking down pit lane, it's Thursday here at Queensland Raceway, so teams are literally just unloading the trucks here, getting the garages set up, getting the cars set up. We walked past James Courtney just before. We need to touch on him because he is celebrating an unbelievable milestone here this weekend.
600 championship races. Only 3 guys have done that. Can you name them all?
Mark Winterbottom.
1.
Craig Lowndes.
2.
Garth Tander.
3. So that's a lot of races, and I was even struggling myself. I was like, how few guys have actually achieved that?
It's very special. There's going to be a lot of celebration this weekend in regards to that. He's actually running number 600 on his car this weekend, and I think we really do need to stop as a sport and celebrate what he has done in this championship. Of course, he was a champion. He hasn't quite ticked off that Bathurst bucket list, and I'm sure he's aiming to do that this year, but we certainly need to celebrate all the success that he has had.
It's a long time to be at this level. I mean, you look at all those wins and podiums. I think it's 15 wins, which is a pretty impressive number given that the races that he has won. I think 2 Adelaide 500 outright. That's the hardest race to win, nearly beyond Bathurst as well. So there's also going to be another 600 Club member. I think Will Davidson as well is going to get there this year, and he's achieved as much, if not more, as James in Bathurst, 2 wins as well. So it's a really exciting time for the sport, and we really should celebrate these milestones because it's like when a player hits 300 games in footy. The amount of blood, sweat and tears, the grind to get there, it's pretty tough. So congrats to JC and the team as well to celebrate like they are.
And we should touch on as well this weekend, the grid actually swells to 26 cars. We've got 2 wild cards that will be taking part in the Repco Supercars Championship. We've got Zach Bates, who will be running in the Make It Super car there with 888 Race Engineering. And of course, we've got Cameron Crick, who's coming back for another wild card through Matt Stone Racing. So really cool that we've got an extra 2 cars on the grid this weekend.
Yeah, I think Zach Bates has got a lot to prove this weekend. I think a lot of people are talking about what he could be next year. He could be on this grid in supercars, and he's got what it takes, clearly. You don't win Super 2 titles by accident. And the way he won last year was really impressive. But for a team like 888 to come calling as a big tractor comes behind us, it's pretty impressive for Zach. He's only a young kid, but he's really, really switched on. I love the way he talks to the media. He's so good with us, but also I just can't wait to see how he goes. He's fast, and we'll wait and see. He's
absolutely a star of the future. And I just want to quickly doorstop Bryce forward. As I can see, you can't hide from me in your yellow high-vis vest there, Bryce. Here, we're just live on Facebook at the moment, Pit Lane Live. Bryce, here at Queensland Raceway. It's been 6 years since we were last here. You would have been in Super 2.
Yeah, 2019 Super 2 was the last time I raced here in a supercar.
What are your thoughts on the place? I mean, you probably actually haven't stepped foot in here for 6 years either.
Yeah, I was here last week doing some driver training, but haven't turned many laps here myself in the last 6 years. Obviously, it's really cool to see the infrastructure that the team here have done at Queensland Raceway. It's been really cool to see it sort of get revamped into the modern era. It's been really cool. So yeah, I mean, the toilet block's been upgraded. It's all been upgraded. To be honest, I was really surprised. It was a bit of an eye opener. So obviously really cool to be out here racing again. There'll be a lot of people who haven't probably seen our cars for quite a while race around, and obviously Ipswich is a really good viewing track. You can stand anywhere and see the action all day, which is really cool. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Have you gone on track walk? Are you coming back, or where are you at?
Waiting. I'm trying to find Phil. He's somewhere. I'm waiting. I was going to sit down right here, and then you found me.
Tell me, on a Thursday, obviously trucks are just getting unloaded, garage is getting set up. Like, what other stuff are you guys doing on a Thursday before a race meeting?
Yeah, so the big thing obviously is everything's getting set up. You will have seen at the moment the mechanics get everything set up. Their engineers are setting all the data stations up and all that kind of jazz. And so yeah, we've been waiting to go for our track walk. A little bit difficult today. They weren't allowed to start unloading until 2 o'clock, and so obviously it's all hands on deck trying to get everything sorted. And we didn't really have a track walk window set because the guys wanted to see, make sure they got themselves under control. So 3:15 been told was the time, which is about now. So ready to go track walking.
You're early.
Tell me a little bit about, you got a different colour car this weekend.
Yeah, John West Logistics this weekend. I think it looks awesome. Really stoked with how the car looks.
Quite mean, I think, the black and the red.
Yeah, I think it looks really tough. I think there's something about black race cars that look really cool. So yeah, obviously some new wall paint for this weekend, but yeah, really looking forward to it. I think the car looks good and hopefully it goes fast.
Awesome, Bryce. Well, we'll let you get to your track walk. We know how important that is. Thank you for stopping and chatting with us. Brad Jones Racing, there's a lot of chat about what this team is going to look like in 2026. One of the question marks is, of course, Bryce forward. There's a question mark, for Jackson Evans as well, and exactly how that team is going to be on the grid next year.
Yeah, we know for certain that they're going to be running Toyotas, which is really cool. And one of them's going to have Andre Heimgartner in it. Yep. 3 more seats. What's going to happen? I mean, a lot of stories about who's going where and who's doing what. I think Jackson Evans looks quite settled there, and Macca Jones as well. Brad said recently, one of the rounds before, he said, well, he's my son and I know what he's going to do next year. So... But, it's been a tough year for Jackson in the results side of things. All those DNFs and DNSs is just not fair, but he's a fast driver. As for Bryce, I mean, he's got ties to a few different teams in pit lane through the years. I mean, he raced for MSR and Super 2 a few years ago. There's a bit of talk around that team as well, obviously, with what they're doing next year as well. Cam Hill's been the guy in the headlines, and even Nick Percat recently too. So, silly season, it's silly for a reason. There's always stuff flying everywhere, but... Looking to the front of pit lane here, I mean, those teams are pretty sort about what they're doing next year. They got the covers on their cars, they're pretty chill, they got their drivers locked away. So, yeah, I expected things to probably unfold a little bit this week, but I think in the next coming few weeks, there's going to be a lot flying around.
Maybe just walking past Walkinshaw, Andretti United, Ryan Wood, Chaz Mostert, both of those drivers are in the thick of finals hunt and in finals contention. There's a lot of chat about both of these guys, and we can say the same for Tickford as well with Thomas Randall and Cameron Waters. I feel like, this part of the championship, this part of the season, things are going to really start to heat up. There's only so many spots available, and there's so many drivers who are, still in the hunt.
A lot of quality drivers as well. I mean, you look to maybe 1st to 6th, probably locked in. Could get up to 5 drivers locked in for the finals this weekend on maths alone. So, but I think you go from about 7th till about 17th. There's some really high quality drivers with Bathurst wins, multiple race wins, a lot of podiums that realistically probably should be in finals contention, and they'll be there because the Enduros are going to shake things up again. I mean, single race format, 300 points. There's going to be stuff flying everywhere there as well. But you raise a good point about teams having 2 cars in the finals. How are they going to work around that? The tactics. Will there be some silly things going on with teams, trying with strategy as well? Even just thinking about the Adelaide Grand Final makes me pretty giddy because I have no idea what's going to happen. But this round, I think, is going to be the first real indication of how teams really do tactics. Yeah,
exactly. I might quickly doorstop these young fellas here because there's 3 very fast young supercar drivers that we've got here. Rylan Gray in Dunlop Super 2, Kai Allen, and of course Lockie Dalton. Kai, the last time we were here, you were a lot younger.
That's it, yes. Obviously, haven't raced here for a while, but yeah, did a lot of testing in the Enduros last year, so looking forward to it. It's looks pretty simple on paper, but definitely a tricky track, so I'm looking forward to the challenge.
Rylan, have you raced? You would have raced here in a GT4 or something, surely?
Yeah, I've been here a few times. GT4, Hyundai XLs are always good. Yeah, me and Kai raced each other. It was good fun.
Off, I remember that. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's been high quality racing.
It was unreal. Probably the most intense racing I've ever done. Had him coming up behind me in the last stint. I was
flying out there.
Yeah, that's it.
And Lockie, you done a few spins around here?
Yeah, in Trans Am and GT4 with Riley as well. So, yeah, it's a good track. I'm sure it'll be pretty close racing.
I suppose, what can you boys do ahead of a weekend like this in terms of, I don't know, simulator work and preparation, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, most of the time we just muck around. Probably should be concentrating more, but yeah, a bit of sim stuff and look at previous year's footage and whatnot. But yeah, just knuckle down and practice one.
Kai, you've obviously got plenty of words of wisdom for these two young guys, considering you're so advanced in your career yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Just they're doing a really good job. Obviously, Lockett did an unreal job at Townsville, and yeah, Ryland's leading the championship. So I think they're doing really well and following in my footsteps, if you call us. So they should be. Hopefully, they can be racing in the main game one day, and yeah, keep doing what they're doing. I'm sure they will be.
You're 20, 18.
18.
You're
yeah,
20.
22.
Oh my goodness, I feel.
Oh, no.
I'm not even going to remotely say how old I am. Young future stars of our sport, that's for sure. Thanks very much, boys. Have a good weekend and enjoy. Makes me feel really old, James, when I talk to 18-year-olds.
Oh, no. I don't know what to say there. It's just, far out. I mean, they're just getting younger.
Yeah, I know.
And they're getting faster and younger as well. But Ryland and Lockie teaming up for the Enduros, which is really exciting. The Bend and Bathurst, Tickford, they're on one this year with their Super 2 program. I mean, Ryland, I think, won the round in Tasmania. Lockie was sensational in Townsville. Didn't put a foot wrong.
And it's quite a funny dynamic because they're obviously fiercely competitive in Dunlop Super 2. They're both racing for Tickford, racing each other and then joining each other for the Enduros, which is a strange dynamic that they're going to have to manage.
Yeah, and I mean, a Gen 3 car is different again to a Gen 2 car, but I think for those young guys and for Zach Bates as well and Cam Crick running wildcards, you embrace the moment, you embrace the big races because this is what they want to do in the future. I mean, all of these guys who have won championships at Bathurst through the years, they all had to do that, race the big guys and learn on the big stage. And even someone like Brock Feeney, who's leading the Supercars Championship now, had to learn the hard way. That 2021 wildcard at Bathurst, he crashed out on his own. So these guys will learn a lot from those races, but this weekend alone, Super 2 is going to be high stakes for sure.
And I think that the real key takeout of all of this is there are so many unknowns. Obviously, we've never raced Gen 3 cars here at Queensland Raceway. A lot of the guys haven't been here for such a long time. Tyre has never raced here before either. And then if we look up to the sky and see there's a lot of dark clouds around us as well, weather is certainly going to play into this weekend at some point. Saturday looks like there's a bit of rain around. So I think the thing is that there's a lot of things that we don't know just yet.
We don't know anything, really. I mean, there's been a lot of testing and guys have raced these cars here. So I don't know. I'm excited. If you're a race fan coming here and you're watching on TV this weekend, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll be on Fox Sports from 11:45 tomorrow morning ahead of the first practice of the day for the Repco Supercars Championship. Thank you very much, James. Look forward to seeing you either at track or tuning in on Fox Sports.